When you're standing in the kitchen with a half-finished espresso shot and wondering if that pricey machine on the shelf will actually live up to the hype, the hesitation is real. I've spent the last few weeks comparing a handful of homebrew setups, reading what owners are saying about grind consistency, shot stability, and the whole daily routine. If you're looking for a clear picture of whether this combo truly fits your coffee ritual, stay with me. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Rocket Appartamento 2.0 and its matching Giannino grinder are sold as a matched pair, which means the machine and grinder were designed to complement each other not just aesthetically but also in how they deliver coffee. The idea behind a duo is simple. You get a grinder that can hit the fine, uniform particle size that a high-end espresso machine needs, and you avoid the mismatch you sometimes see when you pair a budget grinder with a premium brewer. That synergy is the core promise here, and it's something you'll actually notice when you pull a shot. If you're the type who drinks espresso every morning and cares about that cafe-level creamer, the Appartamento 2.0 is positioned as a cafe-quality machine. In practice, that translates to a stable temperature platform that can hold enough heat for a couple of back-to-back shots without the temperature dropping noticeably. For a small household, that means you can make a second cup for a partner without having to wait for a long warm-up cycle. It also means you won't be constantly adjusting the grind or tamp to chase the same flavor profile. The Giannino grinder, on the other hand, markets itself on precision grinding. What that looks like day to day is a set of burrs that stay true over many dosing cycles, giving you consistent particle distribution shot after shot. In my testing, the grinder's dial felt solid, and each adjustment gave a predictable change in extraction time. For someone who likes to experiment with dose and grind size, that predictability is a real time saver. You won't be guessing whether you've gone too fine or too coarse each morning. Now, let's talk about who will actually benefit from this package. If you're an enthusiast who already knows the difference between a good tamp and a bad tamp, and you want a machine that won't force you to compromise on grind quality, this duo makes sense. It's also a good fit for a small apartment where space is at a premium. The Appartamento's footprint is modest, and the matching black grinder slides neatly beside it without creating a visual clash. The matched styling isn't just about looks, it keeps your countertop tidy and eliminates the need to hunt for a grinder that looks out of place. Conversely, if you're just dipping your toe into espresso and expect a plug-and-play experience, you might find the learning curve steeper than you'd like. The machine still requires you to dial in temperature, pressure, and purge the group head, while the grinder expects you to fine-tune the burr setting for each bin type. There's no one-button mode that guarantees a perfect shot without some manual involvement. For a casual drinker who just wants a latte now and then, a simpler capsule system might actually be more satisfying. One practical strength that shows up in everyday use is the consistency of the shots once you've dialed in your settings. Because the grinder produces uniform particles, the water flows through the coffee puck evenly, which reduces the risk of channeling, a common issue that leads to sour or weak shots. In a real-world scenario, this means you can pull a solid espresso for a client meeting in the morning, then switch to a double shot for an afternoon pick-me-up, and both will taste reliably balanced. On the flip side, the hidden trade-off is maintenance. The Appartamento's brew group and the Giannino's burrs both need regular cleaning to keep that consistency alive. If you skip backflushing or neglect to clear out the grinder's doser, you'll start seeing a drift in flavor within a few weeks. That's not a flaw unique to Rocket, but it's a responsibility that can catch new owners off guard. The machine's water tank is also modest, so if you're brewing several drinks in a row, you'll find yourself refilling more often than with a larger capacity commercial-style unit. Another aspect to consider is the cost of entry. A matched set from a brand that markets itself as cafe quality inevitably sits at the higher end of the home espresso market. That price point is justified only if you plan to use the machine regularly and are willing to invest time in learning the nuances of espresso extraction. If you're buying it as a statement piece or for occasional weekend brewing, the monetary outlay may feel disproportionate to the actual benefit you'll extract. From a style perspective, the all-black finish on both machine and grinder creates a sleek, cohesive look that can blend into modern kitchens. It's not just about aesthetics. The uniform color helps you spot coffee grounds or water splashes quickly, which,